The katana transcends its function as a tool of war, often regarded as a shintai, a vessel housing a kami or divine spirit, particularly in older traditions. The forging process transforms raw iron into a purified object capable of warding off malevolent forces, known as Magatsuhi. This spiritual function dictates that the blade must be handled with reverence, often wrapped in silk when not in use, preventing the kami from being offended or its power diminished. The sword's inherent duality, capable of both destruction and protection, mirrors the complex nature of kami themselves, embodying both Aramitama, the fierce spirit, and Nikimitama, the peaceful spirit. This sacred status elevates the smith from a mere craftsman to a ritual specialist. The smith, or kaji, undertakes rigorous purification rituals before beginning the forge. This includes misogi, ritual bathing, and often wearing the white robes of a Shinto priest, known as shozoku. During the forging period, the smith observes strict dietary restrictions and avoids contact with impurities, such as death or illness, to maintain ritual purity, or kiyome. The forge itself is treated as a sacred space, often marked with shimenawa ropes and gohei paper streamers, designating it as a temporary shrine. This environment ensures that the resulting blade is not merely steel, but a spiritually charged artifact. The smith acts as a mediator, channeling the power of the elements into the metal. The initial heating and folding of the Tamahagane steel is performed according to auspicious timing, often guided by lunar cycles or specific calendar days. Each fold, typically between 8 and 15 times, is a deliberate act of purification, removing impurities and aligning the metal structure. The water used for the final quenching, or yakiire, is often sourced from a sacred spring or purified river, symbolizing the final baptism of the blade. The differential hardening process, creating the hard edge and softer spine, is seen as balancing the spiritual forces within the steel, ensuring resilience and sharpness. This ritualistic precision ensures the blade embodies harmony and spiritual balance.
Tamahagane, the specific high-carbon steel used, is derived from iron sand smelted in a Tatara furnace. This process is inherently linked to the kami of the mountains and the earth, particularly Kanayago Kami, the deity of metallurgy. The Tatara furnace operation requires specific offerings and prayers to Kanayago Kami, ensuring the successful transformation of the raw materials. The furnace is often ritually purified before firing, sometimes involving the placement of protective charms within the structure itself. The resulting steel is considered a gift from the kami, embodying the essence of the land. The careful selection and preparation of the charcoal, often pine, also contributes to the ritual purity, ensuring the fire is clean and potent. The Hamon, the visible temper line along the blade's edge, is not merely a metallurgical effect, but a spiritual boundary. It is created by applying a clay mixture known as yakibatsuchi before quenching. This clay acts as a barrier, defining the transition zone between the hard martensitic edge and the softer perlitic spine. Spiritually, the Hamon represents the boundary between the physical world and the realm of the kami. The patterns within the Hamon, such as suguha, meaning straight, or choji, meaning clove, are often interpreted as natural landscapes or celestial phenomena, reflecting the smith's connection to nature and the divine. The unique character of the Hamon is considered the blade's spiritual signature. Beyond its use in warfare, the katana functions as a powerful omamori, a protective amulet. Historically, samurai carried their swords not only for defense, but also to ward off misfortune and evil spirits during travel or battle. The presence of a purified blade was believed to cleanse the immediate area of spiritual pollution, or kagare. In certain Shinto rituals, the sword is used symbolically to cut away negative influences, a practice known as taiyatsu. The act of drawing the sword, iai, is sometimes viewed as a momentary ritual of spiritual readiness and focus, aligning the wielder with the protective kami residing within the blade.
Many historically significant katanas are preserved as Hōnō, or dedicated offerings, within Shinto shrines. These blades are often stored in the honden, the inner sanctuary, and treated as shintai, representing the kami of the shrine itself. The act of dedicating a sword is a profound expression of devotion and a means of ensuring the blade's spiritual power remains active and beneficial to the community. During major festivals, these sacred swords may be briefly displayed or carried in procession, reinforcing their role as protectors of the region. The maintenance of these blades is overseen by shrine priests and specialized polishers, ensuring their physical and spiritual integrity remains intact across centuries. The most sacred sword in Shintoism is the Kusanagi no Tsurugi, one of the 3 Imperial Regalia of Japan. While this specific sword is not a katana, its spiritual significance informs the reverence given to all Japanese blades. Kusanagi is enshrined at Atsuta Jingu, though it is never displayed publicly. The Imperial Regalia symbolize the divine authority of the emperor, who is the chief priest of Shinto. The ritual renewal of the regalia, though rare, underscores the belief that these objects are living spiritual entities requiring periodic revitalization. This connection links the common katana, through lineage and ritual, directly to the highest spiritual authority in Japan. Modern preservation of antique katanas continues to adhere to strict ritual protocols. The process of polishing, performed by a togashi, is considered a spiritual act of revealing the blade's inner beauty and maintaining its purity. When handling a blade, it is customary to avoid breathing directly onto the steel, as breath is considered a source of impurity. The blade must always be stored in a clean environment, often oiled with choji oil and kept in a shira saya, a plain wooden scabbard, to allow the steel to breathe. This meticulous care ensures the blade remains a viable spiritual object, honoring the kami it contains.
The spiritual legacy of the katana persists in contemporary Japanese culture, extending beyond martial arts practice. The reverence for the blade reinforces the Shinto concept of tsukumogami, the belief that objects, after long service, can acquire a spirit, or kami. This perspective mandates respect for all tools and artifacts. The sword remains a powerful symbol of purity, discipline, and the connection between humanity and the natural elements utilized in its creation. It serves as a tangible link to Japan's ancient spiritual landscape, where the line between the sacred and the functional remains deliberately blurred.